Hello, gorgeous. Long time no see. Uh, as you can see from the background, I've decided to change things up again. As much as I love the new color in here, I think there was some bad feng shui going on because I've been gone for a long time, and I think part of it was the dissatisfaction with this room. But anyway, I'm rearranging again. You've never seen my makeup storage. That's because it used to be right here to my right, just off camera. And it was causing all sorts of problems. There it is. It's going to be replaced with the traditional IKEA Alex doors eventually, because these, which I purchased from 7thgeneration.com, are a piece of crap and falling apart after only having had them about a year and a half. And yes, they're still hello gorgeous. And the other black bookcase is going to come back, and the sign will move up, and all the photos of the actresses putting on their makeup will be up there too. Sorry for the pile of crap in the chair, but I'm still in the middle of doing this redecorating right now. But anyway, I wanted to do the ride or die tag that I'm probably the last to do. 4 of them went up today, and in a way, this ride or die tag is sort of what has prompted me to, pardon me, I'm going to scoot forward, to actually come back, pardon me, the usual sinuses, come back and start making videos again. Because what happened was I pulled out all my favorite things, and I've put them in this little kind of one of these, you know, and it has a bottom to it with drawers, right here to my left, and it made me feel all warm and fuzzy having all of my favorite things right there. So instead of having them in a basket, they're right here, and what I'm going to do in the basket is put the stuff that I'm trying to use up and integrate it in with my favorite things. So without further ado, I am wearing all my favorite things. So as you see, it's a pretty natural look. I'll let you see what's on the eyes here. And I'll tell you all about it. I am cheating on the first one, which is primer, because I have 2 primers that I do use in conjunction, but I was able to narrow everything else down to just one item that I would take with me to a desert island if I were, could only take one of everything. So first is the Physicians Formula Argan Oil Primer with coconut water. And what I do is, after my moisturizer is pretty dry, I spray this on and pat it in all over my face. And then when that's nearly dry, I come back and I put this across my nose and cheeks. Pardon me. This is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More. And the reason I use 2 of them is because they accomplish different things. This one is a bit of a pore filler and decreases the look of my pores. And this one is just a primer that does tend to extend the life of my foundation. And it's possible that that is because it is working with a foundation of the same brand. This was released after the Battle of Foundations, so this was not in my top 3 in the Battle of Foundations. It's become one of my favorites, or my favorite since then. And this is also Physician. I'm so excited to be doing a video again. I can't talk straight. Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Talc-Free All-in-One ABC Cushion Foundation SPF 50 Broad Spectrum Sunscreen in Light. And what a mouthful that is. And in case you haven't seen it, it comes with a little sponge, and you have to pry this open, and it's foundation down there in a cushion. And this has been, and I actually have been using their little sponge, which I wash out about every second or third use. And this is working incredibly well for me. The ease of application, it doesn't dry too fast after you get it on your face. It doesn't go into lines. It stays all day. Doesn't go into wrinkles. Lines and wrinkles, same thing, right? Anyway, I truly, truly adore this, which means they'll probably discontinue it pretty soon. I'm telling you this stuff also, by the way, in the order I put it on my face. That makes sense, doesn't it? Next thing I apply, and this is something that has not appeared in the few episodes you've seen of the Battle of the Concealers, but it's a recent discovery for me, and it's working almost as well as the one I've been trying to replace. This is Glossier. I think you can only buy it online. It is it's called Stretch Concealer, and mine is light number 10. It is cruelty-free, and it's working quite well for me. And I apply it with the Love It or Hate It Beauty Blender Mini, which I know a lot of people think is silly, but it works very well for me. So I'm going to keep using it. Okay, so the next thing I do is put on my eyeshadow primer, and I really haven't found one I like, but this comes the closest, and this is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is a sample that I'm almost done with, but I do have a full size. And so after all that is done, then I put on my powder, and my favorite powder is still the Makeup Forever Professional HD powder, Microfinish powder, and it's that kind. And so I tap my brush in that center area, and then I tap it over here to get the extra off, and then all over my face. And this is not cruelty-free, so I am, when this is gone, going to be looking for a replacement. Next thing I do after I'm powdered is put on my bronzer. And I actually don't use a bronzer per se. I contour in the usual, under here and in here, and sometimes on my neck, although not tonight. But anyway, I have fallen in love with this, once again, Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Showing it to you upside down. It comes with just an absolutely pointless sponge thing. I don't understand that. But the bronzer itself is just beautiful. What happens with me sometimes with bronzers is that they're either too dark or they're too orange, and this one is neither. This one is just perfect, and it's also easily blendable. So I am very in love with this. Next thing would be putting on my under eye powder. Actually, I would have probably done that before putting on my bronzer. But anyway, I like the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. Some people don't care for this because it has little sparkles in it, and they think it calls attention to their under eye lines. I haven't found that to be the case for me. For me, it seems to reflect the light away from my under eye lines. So I really, truly love it very much. Okay, next would be my blush. And this is one of those things that can change seasonally, but right now I am very in love with the Laura Geller Sugar-Free Blush-n-Brighten, and the color is Boysenberry. Let me open this so you can see how pretty this is. These came out in, if I remember correctly, late spring or early summer, and I've been wearing this almost exclusively since then. And it's just a very nice plummy, it says Boysenberry, but plummy pinky color. And I have a feeling it's going to be what I'm going to be wearing through most of the fall as well. I really do love it. Okay, that done. I guess the next thing I would do is, yeah, is do my eyes. And this palette, I am so in love with. I bought this palette 3 days before I found out that this brand was no longer cruelty-free. This came out, I guess, about a year ago, and they released 3 of them. I think Spirit, Mind, and I don't know what the other one is. I can't remember. But it's the Eyes or the Window shadow palette. And anyway, this one is the Mind. And it's all mattes. And here are the colors. So I put one, you know, let's see. This one here, covering my entire lid today. Let's see if I can tell you what they're called. That one's called Genius. Haha. And let's see. In my lower lid, I have Perception, this kind of orangey. And in my crease, I have this kind of taupe, which is called Observation. And then in the outer corner, I have this deep brown, which is called Creativity. I like all those names, as well as liking this palette very much. I like the other two as well, but not quite as much as this one. Gosh, I don't know what's going to happen when I use that up. I'll probably enjoy all my other palettes. Okay, so speaking of not cruelty-free, this is another one that I found out right after I bought it, I guess. I bought a slew of these. I bought 3 eyeliners and 1 lip liner, I think. And fortunately, shortly after I realized that this is my favorite thing, and I went back and I fortunately bought 2 more of these. So I've used one up. I'm using this one, and I have 1 more. This is the Smashbox Always Sharp 3D liner, and the color is 3D Billionaire. And this is kind of an olive green with little silver flecks in it. And to my mind, for some reason, I only put it on my lower lids. To me, I feel like my eyes look bigger if I put liner on my lower lids and none on my upper lids. I could be wrong. But anyway, it feels like, to me, it makes my eyes look browner. And I'm getting old and my eyes are fading, so I want my eyes to look browner. Okay, let's see what else. Eyebrows. I really love this. This is by 22 Chosunga Brow. And I found out about this through Kathy A. She reviewed it. And I think I ended up liking it better than she does. But it's an interesting thing. You see there's a little sponge tip and a spoolie. And what you do is you go through with the sponge tip as if it were a pencil. Okay, and then you take the spoolie and you go across, and that does individual hairs. And I often have to take an additional spoolie and go over it one more time to clean off any excess. But still, this is really working very well for me, even with that caveat. What's next? I am so in love with this mascara. I am a little different about my eyebrows than I think most of the ladies here on YouTube. Did I say brows? I mean lashes. What I love for my lashes, I love them to be long and curled and thin. In other words, volume, I don't care about volume at all. Because to me, volume and clumpy are synonymous. A lot of women, no offense, you should like what you like for you. But they put it looks like they've got maybe 10 eyelashes, and I don't like that. I like to look like I've got 50 eyelashes up there. So what I have a crazy process I go through. I put on like an eyelash primer, okay, and then I'll come through, I'll curl them, and then I'll come through and I'll separate them by individual lashes to make sure there's no clumping going on. And then I'll put on my mascara. And then I'll come back again to make sure there's no clumping going on. Same on the bottom, except obviously no curling. This clumps so very little that it's made my life a lot easier. I don't have to go through with this near as much as I used to. Okay, so this is Glam Naturals, and I got this in one of the boxes I used to get. It's just a number 20145 brown mascara. Glam Naturals, cruelty-free. I love this so much. I can't begin to tell you. And this is an indispensable tool for me. I had another one that broke, and I got this one, and I'm not entirely happy because of the stuff on the ends. I'd rather have it a little longer and not have that, because I don't like the plastic at the end. I'd rather just have little spikes and nothing else. So I'm probably going to buy another one and put this in my travel bag because it's got, you know, a brush thingy at the other end. Okay. And since I was mentioning that, I will tell you about my eyelash curler. Mine is Shu Uemura. It's 25 years old. So I see no reason to change because it's nice and wide. I change out my little pads every 3 or 4 months. So it's good. I love it. Next is my lips. My favorite lip pencil is Too Faced Perfect Lips. And does it have a color? Perfect Nude. And that's what it looks like. And it is a perfect nude. Can you see that? That's better, isn't it? My favorite lipstick. And this is something else I think that Kathy A turned me onto. This is ColourPop Lippy Sticks, and the color is Frida, spelled F-R-I-D-A, like Frida Kahlo. And that's what I'm wearing right now. And that's what it... Sorry, I had to wiggle my mouse. That's what it looks like. Okay. Now, but we also need to talk about lip gloss and liquid lip. Okay, so this is my favorite lip gloss, and I'm just going to put it on top of the lipstick. This is Eclair by NYX. It's absolutely beautiful, whether it's on its own or on top of something else. So yeah, NYX Butter Gloss. And I have a bunch of these NYX Butter Glosses, and I love them all. I gave my sister this one, Eclair, for Christmas, I think year before last, or her birthday. And she said, oh my gosh, you're right. That is the perfect, yeah, it is. It is. Okay. And I'm probably going to have the mirror to do the liquid lip. So I'm going to move it over. You'll lose me for a minute. This, I believe, came out in the early summer. I don't know if it's going to be part of the regular line, but this is Jeffree Star. And the color is Watermelon Soda. So, mirror, just one moment. Okay, I don't know if y'all know this trick. I always get this on my lips, on my tongue or my teeth. I don't know if y'all know the trick to keep from doing that is you do that and whatever extra comes off on your finger, and then you can dispose of it properly. But anyway, so Jeffree Star Watermelon Soda. I love it. It's really pretty. So that is everything except that I have to tell you the story of my blending brush. Back when I rearranged the room, no, I think it might have been before I rearranged the room. I don't know. About a year and a half ago, I think. One day I had cleaned all my brushes, and they were freshly clean, and I came in here and I put them in my basket, which is to my left. And later that night, Richard was at the computer. We share this computer. And he accidentally knocked the basket down, and the cosmetics that were in there and the brushes went everywhere. And everything eventually was present and accounted for, except my favorite blending brush, which I used to talk about all the time. I love it so much, which is a brush I got off of eBay. It cost me $2 or $3. It came from Korea. And my heart was broken, and I've done some looking around, and I've never found another one that I've been satisfied with. Well, today, when I moved the makeup cabinets, guess what I found underneath? The return of the perfect blending brush. So I'm going to go back on eBay and see if I can find this again. Like, look back through my purchases and buy several so I have them in reserve. I don't know what it is, but for me, this is the perfect blending brush. So anyway, that's really exciting news. So anyway, I think I'm back. I hope I'm back. I'll try to be back. Yeah, I've missed y'all very much. Cheryl, Coyote, and I have done some videos over the past 6 or 8 months on being vegan diet, and I am still mostly a vegan, but we've just kind of settled into or out of that. So I just put up the last of those videos Friday night, I think. And we also do another series, which we try to do every other Sunday, called Guru versus Goober. I am allegedly the guru, not. And she is allegedly the goober, not. And we put on a face mask and just talk about whatever we want to talk about. So anyway, we'll be resuming that. Not tomorrow. I'm talking to you on Saturday, whatever today is. What is today? September 17th. So not tomorrow, but the following week we'll be resuming that. But anyway, I hope you like this. Like I said, the other black cabinet will come back. But what you didn't realize is that all the cosmetics that were there didn't have any place to go. So they've been in boxes on the floor all over the room. And that makes Mommy very, very unhappy. So I'm getting back to normal in more ways than one, I hope. Love y'all. I've missed y'all. Send friends. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, etc. All those things. Yeah. Okay, I'll shut up now. Hope you like my ride or die. I tell you, just having all these favorite things right here makes me feel so good and inspired me to get my act together again.